Hello, Danielle. Can I just check you can hear me? Somebody say yes. Okay, so that was my fault. I turned the microphone off. So let me start again. Morning, everybody. Having a few tech issues in this house this morning. So I was hoping to use the PC in the office, but the webcam has decided that it doesn't want to work. So Gary is currently trying to fix that. So at some point we are going to move back into there because that's where I had planned to do the session this morning. From on the laptop. So I'm just going to get myself really comfortable. Just bear with me 1 second. There we go. So how is everybody this morning? I hope you're well. Unfortunately, Angela won't be joining us again today. She's trying to get an update on her dad, and Claire has been slightly delayed. So you do just have me this morning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and do the morning good mornings, the usual good mornings, and we'll go from there. So we'll go from the bottom. So good morning, Marianne. Hope you're keeping well. Morning, Linda Ellis. Hope you're keeping well. Morning, Linda Phillips. Hope you had a lovely day yesterday. Good morning, Denise. Denise, I can't remember if you've joined us before, but if you haven't, you're more than welcome. And let us know where you are. Good morning, Dawn. And good morning, Kathy. I know it's your first time today, so welcome. Kathy, I know you've only got a small screen. If you're using a phone, try and turn it, and then maybe you'll get a picture and then the chat box on the side as well. So excuse me just 1 second. I am slightly out of breath, so I'm just going to take my inhaler. But what I am going to do is, I don't know about you guys this morning, but I'm feeling a bit clear. So good morning again, everybody. We have decided he can't fix the webcam, so I am staying in this room. So for those of you that have just joined while that was going on, that was a little light entertainment because I'm feeling a bit out this morning, and thought that would kind of wake everybody up. I am on my own at the moment. Angela will not be joining us today. Unfortunately, she's dealing with hospitals and stuff with her dad. And Claire is stuck in a queue somewhere trying to buy some food. So it is just me at the moment. So let's say hello to the people that have joined while that was playing. So we have Judy. Morning, Judy. Oh, I did see some other people drop in, but they've dropped out again. So Kathy, I'm really sorry I can't help you. I don't know how you do it. You can make the chat box disappear. That might help you. And Linda says a film that she's yet to see yet. It's a really, really good film. Very tongue-in-cheek, but really good music from start to finish. And Dawn says she's dancing. You're more than welcome, Dawn. I'm glad it made your day. For those of you who have only been a couple of times before, what we usually do is talk about some hints and tips. We talk about a current work in progress project, current works in progress. We talk about a finished projects, and we do those through pictures, which you can send through email to me or Facebook Messenger, and I can pull that up later and share it. And then we talk about local yarn shops that are still open, any trends that are around at the moment. So I found some Easter stuff for you, and I found a pattern for the rainbows that we were talking about earlier in the week. So I'm going to reshare that, and we'll just kind of generally talk, put the world to rights. You will only be able to see me. You can't. We don't have cameras on everybody else. The idea was that you were just gonna sit in your PJs, or if it's appropriate, you're all together to just knit and join in the natter, as we're missing all of our groups that we're so used to going to. So this is going to be very, very interesting if it's one-sided. So I do need you to talk to me as well, please. I don't want you to come on camera, but talk to me in the chat box so we've at least got something to talk about. So, right. So what did I do yesterday? So yesterday we went to the farm shop to see whether we could get the shopping without needing to go to a supermarket, and pulled into Waitrose on the way. There was at least an hour queue. Went to Tesco's. There was at least a 2-hour queue. So we then went to the farm shop, got the veg but not the meat, and then we went back out in the evening and went to Waitrose and managed to get everything that we needed. So that was my day yesterday. And then yesterday evening we sat and watched, for those of you that were on yesterday, I was going to start watching all of the Marvel films, not in the order they were released, in the order that you should actually watch them. So we sat and watched Captain America last night, which was the first one, and we have Captain Marvel tonight, which is the second one that you're supposed to watch. So yes, that was our evening. So do tell me what you got up to yesterday evening. Did you go out in the lovely sunshine? Did you do lots of gardening? Did you stay indoors and do lots of crafting? Please do let me know. So Brigitte says, I've started putting the granny squares together for the baby blanket to go with little cardigan, booties, mittens and beanie hat. Oh, that sounds lovely. How much more have you got left to do, Brigitte, or are you nearly done? And then Dawn says we played Disney Monopoly. Love it. I played that once with my nieces, and I did the adult questions while they did the children's questions, and apparently I had a tantrum because I lost. I don't remember having the tantrum. But it was great fun. They loved it. That's all that matters. So right, let me see what we've got. Oh, hi Claire. Can't hear you, Claire.
There we go.
Hey, hello.
All right. Hello.
How are you?
Been down Peck's Farm to go shopping. It was super. It just takes a long time to get one person at a time through the till. So while it wasn't busy in the sense of there wasn't a huge number of people, it just takes a long time to get through it. But it's fabulous, and we'll do it again, and it's hugely recommended. All of their vegetables are beautiful. Anyway, sorry, I interrupted you there.
No, that was fine. I was kind of time filling, to be perfectly honest. I was things haven't gone quite to plan this morning. I had planned to use the main office and the webcam's decided it's not working.
Oh,
so then we had to quickly load up the laptop. I then played Come Alive because I was feeling a bit cobwebby this morning. And while that was playing, I then pulled everything out of the office into the craft room.
Oh, right. So your day your morning has been about as well organised as ours is.
Well, I was organised because I put loads on the system to share this morning, but I just hadn't anticipated that the webcam wasn't going to work. I thought, press button, be fine. 1 minute two, not a problem. So I asked lots of people to tell me what they were doing yesterday.
Very good.
So Brigitte was putting her squares together for a baby blanket.
Brilliant.
Dawn was playing Monopoly. Marion says, hi Claire. Linda says, I'm officially a scrubber making wash bags for scrubs.
Jolly good, so's my mother.
And Sally is also doing those. And Brigitte says 3 more squares to attach to a vertical row, and then the 7 horizontal ones. And hello, Claire.
Hi. Just having a quick scoot through the messages. Hello and welcome back, Denise from Surrey. Morning, Brigitte. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Deborah. Hello, John. Is Robert alone today? Well, he was. That's because I was late. I was out. Morning, Judy. Hello, Dawn. Glad to see you dancing. Hello, Linda. And Disney Monopoly. Fabulous. Morning, Marion. Brilliant. Okay, I think I am just about caught up. So there we go.
And one is in the room as well.
Sorry, I missed that.
But that's all right. That's fine. Evelyn's in the room.
Oh, hello,
as well,
Evelyn.
so
Oh, yes, I'll do that list as well. So you, me, Brigitte, John, Evelyn, lovely. Hello, Linda and Linda. Hello, Lindas. Excellent. Jolly good. So it is a beautiful day out there. It was threatening to rain earlier, and believe it or not, it's bordering on humid, which is quite an interesting experience.
Well, the forecast lots of rain for tomorrow.
Yeah, if it stays like it is outside, I wouldn't be at all surprised. My husband said they were potentially forecasting thunderstorms, and I wouldn't be surprised at that either. But there we go. Good.
Right, sorry, I'm just having to plug the laptop in because I wasn't planning on using it. I wasn't set up, so there we go. All done. Oh dear. How was your afternoon yesterday, Claire?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Trying to think back what I did. Did some reading because I've got to do some reading for work next week. I am going to have to really pull my finger out on the work front. I'll show you what I did. Again, another digging out of an old project, just to push it forward a bit. Now, I have been rather fascinated by I think they're called dragon wing scarves or wingspan scarves.
Yeah.
Most of them are knitted. I managed to find a crochet version, and that's what I've been working on. So my little corner. Oh yeah, I'm never going to get a job on QVC, am I? Right. My little points are kind of turned up at the moment because that's a bit what they do. But I'm really pleased with this at the moment. It takes quite a while to. Oh, there we go. So you can see points. If under my chin, there we go. So you can see the points forming. So
yeah.
Oh, Deborah's got to go. So sorry, Deborah. Have a lovely Easter. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin this to a board or something, unravel all the points so that you can see it. It takes a while for it to increase, but I've got about that far so far. And it's basically very asymmetric shawl in very shiny green, which is from our local yarn shop. Good morning. It was in their sale. It's Cabaret Style Craft, so it's the shiny version. Do I want a job on QVC? No, not really. But thank you, Brigitte. But I was never made for media. So anyway, so I've been working on that. I've been remembering how the pattern goes because although I have it written down, the problem is if you do patterns from somebody else's YouTube video, there is very rarely a written pattern. I actually have to sit there and work it out, try and write it down in a way that I understand, which inevitably would be a way that nobody else understands. And then if you've kind of put it away for a while, you have to pick it up and remember how to do it again. So that's what I spent some of yesterday afternoon doing, was remembering how this goes. So but it's a shame you can't see all the little points at the end of there are little points. So when it's when
it's blocked, we'll be able
to
see
it will. When it's pinned out, it'll look lovely, but I'm very pleased about it. Now I bought a nice velvet coat kind of jacket for the springtime so that I've got something to throw on to go to work. So I'm doing a nice green scarf to go with it. Unfortunately, the weather's moved on and it's quite warm out now. But, you know, once it's done, it's done. So how about you? What were you up to yesterday afternoon?
So we went to PEX.
Yeah.
We then went to a food shop, went for a walk, watched Captain Marvel. That was about it really. I didn't do any knitting after we'd finished yesterday. because my hands were really achy from doing the gardening the day before.
Yes.
So I thought it's best to leave it, really.
Yeah.
Uh,
So is the garden done?
Half done.
Right.
I need to get the pressure washer out, and I need to start doing the beds, the weeding.
Crikey. Good for you.
But I think the pressure washer will be quite easy to do. It's doing the beds because they are hard work. And where everything is growing as well at the moment, it's knowing how to get the weeds out without killing what's growing.
Yes.
So, yeah, not looking forward to that. But that's gone to the list now. I've got other things that have gone to the top.
Yeah.
So.
Isn't that always the way?
Marion says she really likes the wingspan. It's my go-to shawl pattern. A crocheted one would be a nice change.
Yeah. Well, the knitted ones kind of, I don't know, it looks at, I wanted to try and run up something quickly, and I can do quickly in crochet rather than knitting. So I thought I'd find one and give it a go. But yeah, it's all right. It's not a bad pattern. Right then. So what's?
Did you do any
sorry.
squares? Did you do any more with the squares?
I got up to 12 out of 36.
Oh wow!
For my third grey. So what I'm trying to do is mix that up a bit between that and other stuff before I get too bored with it, because I know what I'm like.
I think everybody is.
Yeah. I've
yet to find somebody who can only work on one thing and one thing alone.
Yeah, I find it utterly amazing that, you know, you occasionally come across people in groups to go, oh, I'm doing this and then I'm going to do that. And I'm going, what, you've only got one project on the go at a time? How does that work then? But yeah, there are people out there that do that, and it baffles me. But there we go. But I know how I work, and then I can work around that.
So, but there we go. Right. So, Brigitte says I can't tell weeds from plants, nor can I. So that's why I'm leaving them. Marion says I started a travelling project yesterday just to do at online groups. Yesterday I went straight from Gogglefrogs to You Felty Things Zoom group. Oh, okay. Do you show us what it looks like? Evelyn, I finished Isla's cardigan, size 22. Is that for a 2-year-old? Much prefer age on patterns. Got the pattern from Marion a few weeks ago, so I'm back on my blue top. I'm determined it's going to be finished, Robert. It says use 4x3 needles, but I'm wondering whether a circular needle would be best. I always find circulars better because it holds the weight, so I don't use straight needles anymore unless I haven't got the size that I need on an interchangeable. So some of the scarves that I do use a 20mm needle, and you can't get 20mm interchangeables. Brigitte says I normally finish a project but put the current one on hold to do the baby stuff for my daughter's friend. And then everybody agreeing with the video and it being overkill. Cool.
Yes. Good. Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to do a row of knitting. If that's all right with everybody.
I'll go for
just
it.
So I can say that I did something today.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I'm going to show something that I have seen. Right then, I'm going to put a link up for us first. This is something Colette, our esteemed, lovely Colette, has posted in a group, which actually I've looked into and I thought, oh, that's a jolly good idea. Now, there is a lady who goes by the name of Naomi Alice, who she is a crafter, is a blogger, writes articles for some magazines called like Quilt Now and things like that. And she's doing a PhD. She's doing a social sciences PhD. And the topic of her PhD is crafting during the coronavirus, or at least that's the data she's collecting. So this is genuine. This is through the University of Bristol. And what she's asking people to do is just to send her details, or maybe a very, very brief daily diary, and maybe the odd photo of what they're getting up to while they're on lockdown. And I think more importantly, for a lot of people, for her and her research, is how it's helping and how it's making you feel. Okay, so I put a link up to the main page there. Now, on that main page, there is information about what she's actually researching, the usual confidentiality and things and information like that, which you usually get if you're taking part in any PhD research. Assorted surveys, and a diary framework that if you are going to help her out. So just to read out, it's the what is this research about? So her research has a twofold purpose. Firstly, it aims to explore the role of craft during COVID-19. And secondly, it aims to build a bespoke and interactive website to support craft, connections and occupation and well-being during COVID-19, where people can take authorship of their crafting through recording and sharing their diary experiences. So it's celebrating their achievements and having purposeful creative activities with tangible outcomes. Yeah, I know that does sound like word salad. However, if you are doing a PhD, you do have to write proper academic proposals. So what I'm inviting you to do, or what she is inviting you to do, she's interested to hear in any stories in relation to your crafting experiences and how you feel before, during and after crafting during COVID-19. So taking part would firstly involve completing the consent form. There is a link. And after you've completed that, taking part then involves keeping an ongoing crafting during coronavirus diary and sending it to her via email. Now, this isn't a big lengthy thing. It could be just a handful of words involving the date, location, what you're crafting, how you feel, whether you're using social media in relation to your crafting. Yes, we're here. Any other thoughts and reflections, and maybe the odd photo. Okay. Now, I'm not going to read all of this out because you're welcome to have a look at it yourself. But this could well be a piece of lots of groups are doing some of that already. However, this is for somebody's PhD research. So, I mean, her research could inform how craft helps people through periods of isolation, and it could actually help her or University of Bristol create something that might be good for the future. And she is also a fellow crafter. She is also one of us. So it'd be nice to help her out. I like doing the odd degree occasionally, so I'm more than content to help other people out with theirs. So so there's the link. If I just share this page. Marion says lots of groups on FB are sort of doing that already. Absolutely, lots of groups are, but I'm mentioning this one specifically because it is her PhD research. Okay, if so wished, I could put on Guild's Facebook page. I'm sure she would have no problem with that at all. Right, let's share this a sec. Chrome tab, crafting during, there we go. So, sharing screen. So it's all good stuff that you can see. You can have a read. This is actually her website herself, so you can. So even if you don't take part in this, she has a blog. She is mostly a quilter and patchworker. That's her thing. But she has sew-alongs herself. So it's nice that somebody who contributes so much to the planet's crafting anyway is actually getting some academic use out of all of this work. So hopefully something positive will come from our straitened circumstances. Dawn says, the University of Bristol often publish research through their publishing arm, Policy Press. I have done quite a few indexes for them, and their publications can influence social policy. Sounds a worthwhile project to be involved in. Absolutely. Thank you for that, Dawn. Yeah, I can't add to that. So, you know, people don't enter into PhDs lightly.
No.
You know, it's something I'd love to do one day, but I'd need to find a topic on, and that's what I haven't actually settled on. So there we go. Have a look. If you feel like that you can spare 10 minutes a day to help somebody out, as I said, this isn't just for a scrapbook. This is for PhD research, and something very, very useful could come out of this. So there you go. So that is basically my little announcement for the day. I don't know, I might have missed it because I got here late, but what's everybody else working on today?
I've had some pictures through. I'll start to show those soon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show.
Oh.
So we were talking about these earlier in the week, weren't we?
Yes, we were.
And I actually managed to upload a PDF.
Brill.
And this is on Kerry Jane Designs. And it's a step-by-step. Shows you how to make and then finish it off. So for those of you who want to do it, but are a little bit unconfident in doing it, or doing it in rounds, there we go.
Very
That's how we do
good.
it.
Lovely. Very cheerful.
And then we were talking about your ball yesterday, weren't we?
Oh, yes.
Dawn has sent through this one here, which has the things on it.
That is so cute. Oh, really cute. When I was Googling for the instructions, I did come across that one as well. And I think I've got that bookmarked somewhere.
And what I will try and do is find some time, probably not over the weekend, but early next week, to post some of these links so that people can go back to them. I love this one. Dawn sent this one through yesterday. Llama.
Oh,
it's really cute,
isn't it? Oh, that's lovely. Very floofy.
Yeah, and that's done the rounds on Facebook this morning as well. And then what else do we have? So our lovely yarn shop, Spotted Sheep, have put these 2 patterns on to their website for this weekend for free.
Oh, lovely.
So we've got some bunny bunting there.
Excellent.
And then they have also put this on as well, which is how to make some eggs.
Ah, yes, I saw that one on Facebook. Right, just in the messages, just so that I don't skip it over. Hang on. Judy further up said, further to previous, I started my PhD without realising what I was letting myself in for. Yeah, I can believe that. I'm toying with another master's, but I think I probably just need a good project. And Janet says, "Hi everyone, it's my birthday today. Happy birthday, Janet. 62 years young. I am doing all I can to celebrate, including talking to friends and knitting." How wonderful. Okay.
Birthday, Janet.
Happy birthday, Janet. It'll certainly be one to remember, wouldn't it? Good. I won't sing. We'd regret it. Okay, so, and then lots of happy birthdays. Linda says, "It's my birthday tomorrow. I'm 64 and I'm celebrating all weekend too." Well, what a weekend to do it on. Happy birthday for tomorrow. 64 is a great year. So have a great day tomorrow, Linda, too. Good. Oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't count. Janet says, "I would like you to sing, please." Right, okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Janet and Linda. Happy birthday to you. There you go. Done.
Oh, I was just trying to upload a happy birthday video, and I'd forgotten I'd put my mic on mute to tell you I was doing it.
Yeah. And now we need cake. You're absolutely right. Unfortunately, you might have to make your own this year, which is a bit of a shame. Hang on. Let me find a recipe for a sec. Hang on.
Can I find a cake for Monday? Sorry. Brigitte says, "Good job you can't hear me, it would shut down the site." Marion says she'd empty the room too.
Richard's doing the hip hip hoorays. Excellent. Well done, Richard.
Right. Okay, so let's start showing some pictures.
That'd be lovely.
Stuff. So this has come through from Chris. Chris, do tell us what that is, please, because I can't tell.
Looks like a jumper, isn't it?
Yeah. I think that's the back and a sleeve.
Yeah.
That she's currently sewing together.
Yep, looks like it. Would have thought so. Nice shade of blue.
Lovely blue. Lovely to see us on an iPad in the background there.
Oh
yeah. Yep. It's a cardigan for her grandson. She's on a mission to sew it up for tomorrow.
Oh, brilliant.
And then hopefully this one has appeared as well.
Yeah.
This is from Linda Phillips. This is block 4 of the Tunisian crochet along.
Yes. Well, I'm going to have to start looking up Tunisian crochet, you know. Not necessarily the how to do it, but what it is. So I can
Yeah,
imagine.
and actually, if there's somebody in the room who is quite confident in teaching it and would like to co-present for a session and try and teach us all how to Tunisian crochet, that would be absolutely amazing. Right, sorry, getting lots of messages now.
Real.
Chris says yes, that's the back and a raglan sleeve. I'm sure I had more. Hang on, let me. So Evelyn has emailed a picture of Isla's cardigan.
Oh, how cute!
It's pretty, isn't it?
That is very
I love
pretty.
I love the flowers. I'm guessing
Yeah.
they're hand sewn rather than knitted.
And that is a very, very tidy and smart work. Well done.
Yeah, it's
I can only
beautiful.
aspire to anything like that. Yeah, very, very pretty indeed. Well done.
And Marion has just sent me a picture of her travelling project. There we go. Some more mitered squares to join to what she's already done. I think
Okay.
she said. Have a quick look. Yes.
Lovely.
That looks like it's got flecks of violet in it. You can just see there. I'm sure that's a kind of a cream and a violet in there.
No, it's plain lavender. It was just the way the light fell.
So what's on your plans for this afternoon? I'm guessing Mort's home today.
Yeah, Mort's home. So, yeah, straightening the house out a bit, I think. Spending some time with his lordship. Making dinner.
What are you
Yes,
having?
I don't know yet. I'll work it out. Probably something.
I was
Sorry?
inspired by you yesterday when we were at the farm shop,
Oh, yes.
and I bought the stuff to do a sausage casserole.
Oh, lovely.
That we're having today.
No, I've got some veggie, some nice Linda McCartney meatballs in the freezer. So it's probably going to be a meatball bolognese pasta thingamabob. So, yeah, probably one of those. I haven't done one of those for a while. And we've got some nice cheese and things like that. So yeah, we're going to be doing that, probably having a quiet one in. Somebody I know I think is doing a concert on Facebook. They're having an online world tour this evening.
Right.
So we might join them, watch that. So that should be quite fun. Yeah, just generally straightening the house out a bit and probably doing a bit of little bit of cleaning here and there.
Okay.
So nothing particularly exciting today, I'm afraid. I've had my outing. I've seen outside now. I was rather underwhelmed, and then I came back in again. I've been
I was
out.
quite gobsmacked when I went to the park yesterday,
Yeah.
because it was just empty. Lovely
Really?
weather, Bank Holiday Friday, and empty. It was like, really?
Well, I can't move for entire families walking up and down my street.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, either it's kids on push bikes, they're push bikes, and the buggies and things like that. And the problem is, if it's just me on my own, it'll be incumbent on me to get out of their way. And
Yeah.
what do? Walk into the road.
Yeah.
So the stress of trying to go out for a walk is actually not worth going out for a walk. So, so I have plenty to do indoors. But yeah, I'd be delighted if they all went to a park. Thank you very much. But there we go. So Dawn says, back soon, dropping music standoff at Kathy's. She lives next door. Jolly good. Janet says, is this your jumper, Robert?
It is, Janet, yes. I'm just going to do the plain part of the front, and then the pattern is the same for the back and the front. So
Right.
when we get to that bit, we'll work it out together.
Jolly good. Marion says, so what happened to the lamb, Robert?
I got the lamb, and that's for tomorrow.
Tomorrow. I thought as much.
And can you believe there's two of us in this house?
Yeah.
We stood there looking at a half leg of lamb and debated whether we needed to get a full leg of lamb because we really, really, really love lamb.
Fair enough.
And I was like, no, Gary, I'm not justifying buying a whole leg of lamb for two. So we ended up with a half.
You are absolutely right. I mean, we've got one meat eater in. We've only got one meat eater in the house. So, but he's fine. He thinks he will say he gets the best of both worlds. So he gets some decent and interesting vegetarian cookery, and then under normal circumstances, he can pop down to Stratton's for whatever he likes.
Right.
However, you've got to take into account that I actually turned vegetarian about 20 years ago, and that's where my experience of meat cookery stopped. So if he came home with a leg of lamb, I really would. I would have to Google what to do with it, or ring my mum. That's what happened last time. I rang my mum. But anyway, the main reason I was talking about that is my mum is a fabulous cook. In fact, she used to teach catering. So my mum's a fabulous cook. And she does lamb. And that's why Mort really likes going to visit my mother's, because he gets a proper decent dinner of lamb cooked properly. And my mother likes somebody to perform to. So, you know, she's absolutely delighted that somebody will eat it. So there you go.
I'm like that when we go to visit my parents. The only reason we stay at home and eat is if my dad is doing liver and bacon.
Oh, really?
I love liver and bacon, but Gary can't stand it. No. So I only get it when I go home.
Yes. No, it's not that I'm averse to having all of this in the house. It's just that my cooking skills don't necessarily extend to, you know, family-sized cuts of meat. So there we go. However, what I can do with Peck's Farm Veg knows no bounds. So there you go. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, bear with.
So Janet says she's been walking on the road to keep away from people, and there are so few cars. I don't know what everyone else is finding, but when I am seeing cars on the road, they're being complete and utter idiots.
Yep.
50 miles an hour down Billington Road yesterday, and it's like, why? There are still people out, and just because there's less people and less cars doesn't mean you can speed like an idiot.
Yeah, I've noticed that ever since the beginning of lockdown. I live on Heath Road, so for anyone who doesn't know Leighton Buzzard, it's one of the main roads out to the A5. Visibility is reasonably good, so people tend to speed up there anyway. But right now, the speed up Heath Road has gone from ridiculous to frightening.
It's crazy.
And it's still busy. It's still quite a busy road, particularly during the week. So as much as I would love to, walk in the road to dive out of people, I would end up dead.
Janet says she's having duck for her tea.
Oh, very good. Very
And
seasonal.
I think she's suggesting I have. Oh, is that the lamb to have cold with chips? Or
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay. Brigitte says slice it and freeze the rest of the joint. I've brought a half now, so and we're one of these people that will cook it and just eat it all anyway. Linda says we love liver and bacon. Brigitte says love liver and bacon, but only if it comes from Stratton's. And Jackie's just joined us. Morning, Jackie.
Hi, Jackie.
She's been for a lovely walk.
Very good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fine.
Brigitte is talking about Hotcliffe Road, where cars used to be able to park on both sides of the road, and that would slow the traffic down. But now they've put double yellow lines on one side. They just use it like a racetrack.
Yeah. Well, without going too technical, there is a thing called risk compensation theory. So the safer you feel, the more risks you are likely to take. So, if they make a road safer, then people are much more likely to be an idiot on it. But there we go.
I had a bit of an idea, and again, this is for the group, and we'll probably talk about it for the next few weeks. But you mentioned yesterday that the sewing bee is back.
Yes.
And I wondered if we should do some sort of watch along.
I think that'd be lovely.
Live and have a conversation as we go through.
That'd be fun. I love doing that sort of thing.
I'm not quite sure how we would do it. Whether we'd probably have to use something like WhatsApp or Skype to be able to do it, so that we could see everybody's reactions. Because I think if we do it in something like this, trying to read chat while watching it might be a bit slow.
I don't know, but that's what you tend to do anyway. Is even if you're doing with WhatsApp, you would be watching WhatsApp while watching the telly. At least here it'll be on the same screen.
Oh, what? Sorry, but no, because I can't live feed the TV into this.
Oh, can you not?
No.
Can we not do it through Channel 4?
No, because I can only upload into Demio to play things back. That's what we found previously.
Oh, right. Okay. I see.
So a couple of suggestions coming through. Somebody's saying Zoom. Zoom cuts off after 40 minutes, though, so we'd have to log back in.
Right.
Janet's saying, how about watch it and then chat after? That's an idea.
Yeah.
Linda saying, can we watch it on our own devices? Tracy saying, how about Zoom? You can have people on that and they can choose to be seen or heard to watch.
Yeah.
Safia says Zoom are doing unlimited at the moment. Are they, Safia? I was using Zoom the other day and I got kicked out and had to log back in. Okay. Well, we've got a week and a bit to play with it, so let's think about that. And work out how we're going to do it, and maybe we'll just talk over the next few days, next few sessions about it, and see how many people want to do it, and then work out what's the easiest way for everybody. So I quite like the idea of maybe Skype, because I'd have to come upstairs, I could then watch it on iPad and have the computer open for Skype or something like that.
Yeah.
But I suppose everybody's circumstances are going to be different. So think about how it would work best for you, whether you prefer to just watch it and then come in for like a quick chat afterwards,
Yeah.
Oh, it could be like The Apprentice, couldn't it? That's what we should do. We should watch the sew along and then come up with a name for the discussion group afterwards.
Right.
How about the sewing bees?
Yeah, we could do that.
Or the goggle bees?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I quite like that idea.
Good.
Marion says you're sewed out.
Yeah, that's 1, 2, 4.
Instead of you're fired.
Ah.
Oh, that makes sense. Or you didn't cut it.
Very good.
Janet says, great idea. Marion says she likes that. Okay.
Good.
Let me just email that idea to myself then.
Yeah, before you forget.
Yeah, terrible. And I realised something yesterday.
Go on.
And I'm curious to know how many other people are doing the same. I don't know why. I'm not doing it intentionally, but I think I'm eating a lot more in lockdown than I ever did before.
It's happening to a lot of people. I am, on the other hand, probably eating better. Now that I actually have more time and I'm not catching things on the run. But yeah, there's a lot of it on Facebook. A lot of people are saying that that instead of 10,000 steps, they're having 10,000 calories.
Yeah.
Yeah, whereas me and some other people are actually gone the other way. I'm not stress eating so much. I don't have sweet things. I don't have that many sweet things in the house. Whereas things. I actually, with shopping last week, bought a packet of biscuits for the house for the first time in about 5 years. We don't have things like that in the house. We don't have a lot of snacks in the house. Whereas at work, I would generally pick up an armful of junk on the way to work. Quite often the staff room would be full of it with various birthdays or events or something. I'm actually eating less rubbish than I was before, which is odd because occasionally I'm craving it. So.
Yeah. Safia says, yes, she's eating loads, especially sweet things. Judy says her scales are telling her she's eating more. Brigitte says, I can't eat any more than before. Okay, sorry, that was slightly insensitive of me. I do apologise, Brigitte. I didn't mean to speak out of turn.
Yeah. But no, for a lot of people, they are finding a lot of people are boredom eating as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, or they're too close to their kitchen and the fridge and things like that.
Yeah.
Whereas actually, I'm better organised than I usually am. So, 1, 2. No, Brigitte just says no apologies needed. I can't eat any more of the good stuff either because I don't have a big appetite. So it was more of a physical thing than a
health thing. Okay.
Well, in that case, Brigitte, you're in a very lucky and unique position. Two. Right. Let me just finish this row a sec.
Judy says, I see cooking as part of my creativity.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Judy says you hit the nail on the head, Claire.
There we go. I didn't think you had offended.
Okay, I have a question for the room about Monday. As it's a bank holiday, do we want to run a session on Monday? It's already set up, but do we want to run a session on Monday? And if we do want to run a session, do we want to cap it at an hour? Do we want to run it for the 2 hours again? I'm just conscious of I'd like to only do what people would want on Monday rather than and not do it, if that makes sense. If the consensus is not to have one on Monday, then we won't do one on Monday. So please do just put in the chat what you'd like.
Fine. So Judy said, I see cooking as part of my creativity. So do I. I wouldn't necessarily want to be so hamstrung that I have to do it every day, but it's something I really enjoy doing. So it's something I do at the weekend. Dawn says, I'm going back to the leg of lamb. It's never a waste of money if you make a Welsh corf or stew from it. It's so delicious. We'll post recipe. Brigitte says, you hit the nail on the head, what I was talking about earlier, and an hour would be nice. Dawn says, I'm good for Monday. Linda says, I've already got a Zoom knit and natter on Monday morning. Oh, what it is to be popular, Linda. Tracy says, happy with whatever you decide, as long as it's you doing it and you want a break, then feel okay to have a break. Love it though, and people can pop in and out. There we go. Good. Oh. Right. Right. Safi says, totally up to you. If you're happy to do it, then I will be here. But if you want a break, then that's good too. Sorry, excuse me a second. I was just trying to find something I looked at earlier, but I think it might be on my other computer. Okay.
Just to let you all know, I haven't heard from Angela since yesterday, so I don't know if there's been any change. I will talk to her either today or tomorrow, and then if she's not on Monday, I'll give you an update on Monday.
Yeah. So Dawn shared a recipe. Says you can use a leftover leg that you have already cooked the day before. So that's for the Welsh caul, which is a stew recipe.
Oh.
Ooh. That's on BBC website. Tell you what, I will share that. There you go. Have you got that? Beautiful looking stuff. Dead simple. Tasty vegetables. Dawn says it's one of the first recipes her mother-in-law taught her. Jolly good. Well, that's almost enough to make a veggie turn. Well done.
It looks lovely. Thank you for that, Dawn.
Yeah.
Might be a reason to get my stock pot out. I only use it once a year when I have to cook a gammon, so might give that a try next week.
Okay. Right. Well, here's something I've seen a lot on Facebook this week. And our common friends at the Spotted Sheep have put it up on their website. Now, what we've got here is, let's do it. There you go, frontline superhero bears. So there's the knitting pattern and a crochet pattern. What can we see? Okay, and as they say, as many of you are aware, lots of people are making all types of products for a large variety of reasons, quite apart from just covering time. One of the big things this week on social media has been frontline superhero bears. So these bears have been knitted and crocheted wearing scrubs, complete with the essential face mask. Some people are giving them to the children of NHS workers with their permission and keeping social distancing, of course. I understand there's a registered charity for this, but I cannot find any details or whether they still want them. Okay. So you can always see if there's anybody in your area that's has a need for making toys, either for people or kids in hospitals, or the kids of people who aren't seeing their family very often at the moment. So it's worth taking a look. They are kind of cute, really. So apart from anything, it would potentially be a memento of this rather interesting time that we're living through at the moment.
Yeah.
So that is on the Spotted Sheep website. So thank you very much to them.
Has anybody had any goodies delivered this week? I'm trying not to be tempted to just sit and do lots of online wall shopping.
Yeah, no, I have kept it down to things that I need to keep current projects open. I mean, I have a strange dichotomy of what's the words I'm looking for? Cognitive dissonance. Okay, on the one hand, I would like to keep businesses going and to buy stuff, and actually it also keeps the courier and the post companies going as well. Because even the large companies are going under. Oh, Debenhams is going under again, by the way. But on the other hand, you don't necessarily want to encourage things that encourage purchases or deliveries that aren't necessarily essential, but that is still a matter of opinion, though. So, on the one hand, I do want to, get stuff delivered, and basically do my small little bit for the economy. But on the other hand, it means that somebody actually has to come around and deliver it. But on the other hand, it necessarily keeps them in a job and keeps their employer going. But so I have a strange set of feelings about all of this. However, on the back of that, though, I have been ordering stuff that I've needed to keep my current projects going, but not much more. But the problem is at the moment I am pondering eBay quite a lot. So we'll see what happens. But what I have done is there is a business called Pound Fabrics. I will put the link up. Hang on. There is a business called Pound Fabrics. The link is there. Where they sell cheap, usually ends of rolls, usually commercial fabrics. So they're usually quite wide for not a lot of money. Now, usually it's more than £1, particularly the cotton or the polycotton. It's usually £2 a metre, but even still, that is worth having. So I said earlier on this week that I'd bought this dress pattern. But if I'm going to try it out, I've bought 4 yards each of a couple of fabrics that I think I should be able to make something wearable out of, but without me worrying about the fortune that I've spent on material. So that's not going to be any great hurry to arrive because they're not packing or dispatching again till next week. But so at least I've done my little bit to keep those going. So we'll see when that turns up. So Denise says, apologies if you've already discussed this. I am happy to discuss things several times over, don't worry. Have you seen the Spring into Wool show? It's going to be virtual online next week.
I saw a link this morning for the Southern Wool show, which is going to be online next Saturday. But I didn't. Is that the same as the Spring into Wool show?
I don't know. We'll have to look it up. That'll give us something to look at. I think there's going to be the old fabric one as well. So, Spring into Wool is the Leeds one. But Denise says, I think they've combined. So we'll take a look at that. Linda says she's going to be sticking to her stash. Well, that's very, very wise. I've been trying to do that, but I'm not very good. It's either that or I've had a great idea about something and my stash is only good for about 3/4 of it. So I've had to top it up occasionally. Go on. My husband does that, laughs randomly and doesn't explain why. Come on then.
No, it's fine. So Linda has just sent this picture, which says that she's crocheting from a skein, and she's putting her laptop to good use while she's watching us.
Brilliant.
It's become her spare pair of hands.
Oh, really clever idea. Oh, well done, Linda. Oh, that's brilliant.
Okay, so we need to find out about the war show. Right, so that's another email to myself.
And apparently it's really working too. Excellent. I love the ingenuity.
So my understanding is the Southern Wall show is online next Saturday. So it might be that we do something slightly different with next Saturday's Gogglefrogs, and we make it about the wall show instead. But let me do some research on it and then come up with a plan.
That'll be good. No, good idea of yours, Linda. I've been using this cabaret. I was pulling it from the middle of the ball, and unfortunately, the rest of the ball has collapsed.
Oh no!
It's quite silky, so it didn't actually hold its shape. And once you pulled out so much of the middle of the ball,
Yeah.
the rest of it just goes.
Now I had the same problem with the cabaret. That's what I did Angela's shawl in, and I really wasn't impressed with it. As I was knitting it, the silver thread that runs through it kept pulling as well.
Yeah.
And bunching, and I kept having to cut it and rejoin it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
With the crochet, I'm not having that problem. But what I'm going,
okay.
It might be because I'm crocheting rather than knitting. Who knows? It's either that or I've got a well-behaved ball. But I will be pulling this from the out. I've got another ball to carry on with. So I will be pulling that one from the outside.
Yeah.
But I tend to do that with most of the Starcraft anyway, so. But yes, so I shall be spending a little while just balling the rest of it up.
Linda's got a good idea for you. Let me just pull the picture up.
Oh, go on.
Janet, I will find the link to the virtual show and put it on the Web TV page during the week. So this is what Linda does. She puts the ball into a cut pop sock. So then that holds the ball together.
Yes. Yes, I might do that. Thank you. It's just sometimes you don't know whether to, you don't know that you need to do it until after it's all gone horribly wrong.
Yeah.
But yes, I will potentially do that on the next one because it's been absolutely fine up until now. But never mind, there wasn't actually that much of it left. It looks more of a hideous mess than it is. And because it's just collapsed, it's not actually knotted a great deal. Not hugely, anyway. It just looks like a plate of spaghetti. There we go. Right, now the other end. Super. Good. Tell you what we sat and watched last night, which was rather good.
Mm.
There is a series called, I think it's The Making of, or let me just double check what it was called. Sorry. Should have done this before I started that conversation, really.
Don't worry. Janet, how's the weaving going? We did show a picture the other day and we were all totally blown away.
We were. One sec. Tell you what, BBC iPlayer's search function is awful. Right. Anyway, I do believe it was called How It's Made. Okay, it was on BBC Two. Now, it's not a making program in the sense of arts and crafts, but it was looking at how various household things were made. The first episode was about trainers, actually. And it looked at a lot of the history and the materials science that has gone into making trainers. And of course, what you probably don't know is some of the trainers companies have gone into using wool for their uppers as a natural fibre.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Nike have, and maybe Adidas, one or two of the other companies. Because it's sustainable, it wicks, and there's plenty of it. But anyway, the whole program itself was actually quite fascinating. Even if I think last week's was about the toothbrush, which we haven't watched yet, but it delves into both the history, the development, the design, and the material science of all these a number of household things that you don't think that you've probably walked by a million times but haven't given it a second thought. Because I have to go into marketing and the design process for some of the courses that I teach, I find these things quite interesting anyway. And the lady who presents it is very much an old-fashioned boffin, very much a scientist who is permanently enthusiastic about everything that she's doing. It's definitely well worth finding on iPlayer, just for the enthusiasm of the presenter. This is
Right.
what
Okay.
I've been trying to find it. So, but yeah, it's always interesting to find out how things are made, how they are created, how they came to being. Science. How to make. There we go.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yeah, no, it's called. Is Big Eater. Inside the Factory is a different one that I also like. But it's called How to Make. But Inside the Factory is also quite good for teaching kids about supply chain and things like that. And assorted factory processes. So I do use that a fair bit in lessons.
Right, I have just found a trailer on YouTube, so let me just see if I can upload it
Oh,
for us to have a little quick squiz at.
actually, here's a thought.
Can't edit. There's a stopper on the video.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's a shame.
That's all right. I mean, it's one of those things that, you know, if people are stuck for something to watch, we found it quite interesting. But then again, we're kind of nerdy like that anyway. So so is there any films on? Does anybody know over this weekend that they've noticed?
So this weekend's Andrew Lloyd Webber is Jesus Christ Superstar.
All right.
Because last weekend it was Joseph.
Okay, where's that on?
It's on YouTube.
All right.
Full show, and it's the one with Tim Minchin and Melanie C in it.
Right. Oh, very good.
They showed it on a preview of it on TV last night, and it looks quite good.
Yeah, he is extra good.
But it wasn't available until today.
Right.
And there's been lots of other theatre things released online.
Yeah.
One Man, Two Governors with James Corden was released.
Yeah, I didn't get around to watching that, so I'll have to take a look.
And then Britain's Got Talent is back tonight, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah. Which is usually quite funny.
Yeah. I should probably skip the audition stages and go straight onto the lives.
Yeah, well, they've postponed the lives for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But they've still got to show, because it was already in the schedule, they've still got to show the
Yeah, the audition-y bits.
audition. Oh, Brigitte says How to Make is on BBC 4.
Ah, right. I thought it was 2. Very good. Thank you very much.
And Denise is off. Bye, Denise.
Bye, Denise. Have a good
See you
weekend.
again soon.
BBC 4 on Thursday. Thank you.
I've actually managed to get 4 rows of this jumper done today.
Very good.
Which is more than I normally get done. See how much more I've got left to do. Oh, tons by the looks of it. Yeah, there's at least another 15 centimetres to do.
Okay. Right. There you go. My board is about that big now. It's making very pretty patterns, actually.
Well,
There we go. Lost my hook now. Right. So where are I up to on this wing? 1, 2. So I'm on row 3. Fine. Okay. So if anybody else has got any patterns or photos to share, we'd be delighted to hear from you. Right. Janet Hare says, I have signed up for info about Yorkshire Show, which is virtual. I hope to see you post the sewing bee. Yeah, we'll get something sorted out. I mean, in the past, I've been joining in on live blogs for things like The Apprentice. So I'm actually used to typing at the same time as watching something. And sometimes that's really quite fun. But you know, even if it's an after show thing, we've got a week or so to sort something out. It's just a case of working out how to do it. Right, Janet says, sorry, I have to go and eat birthday cake. Well, no, never apologise for going to eat cake. Have some for me. I haven't made a cake yet this week, so I should probably do it next week. But okay, goodbye, Janet, and have a wonderful weekend.
bye, Janet. Have a lovely birthday and a lovely weekend.
Yours is bought from M&S. Only the best. Very good.
So I got sent these to do for my nephew at some point.
Ah. Oh,
My
hello.
sister bought them for him for his birthday.
Right.
And she can't manage it.
Oh dear.
So I've been given the task of doing them.
Oh well, add it to the list.
It's on the list, my growing list.
Yeah.
So my list at the moment is finish my Lego Porg, finish my Lego Harry Potter castle, see if there's any chemists that want drivers for prescriptions, to ring and get the refund on my holiday, which still hasn't been processed, to finish a cushion for a friend, to do the cushions for my sofa. I showed the fabric a few weeks ago.
Right.
A colourful one with the cats on.
I don't think I was there that day, but yes.
I have a dragon to make out of felt.
Wow.
Was bought for a present.
Oh, look at that. That's clever.
Yep. Clear out the top of the kitchen cupboards, clear out the food cupboard. To come up with more ideas for my daily I Spy photo roll, which I've been doing. To call Skyer for the problem we've got on the Skybox.
Yeah.
To find and fix the back door hooks that we've brought.
Right.
To defrost my fridge freezer, to defrost the garage fridge, and to defrost the garage freezer.
Wow, you have many appliances for the two of you.
It's because the one in the house is so small.
Right.
It's integrated, which makes it smaller. And then the one in the garage, is just full of all the stuff that we don't really need in the house, but need to have.
Yeah, I know what you
So,
mean.
and it's long
I was
overdue for
pulling your leg.
defrosting.
Right, Linda says, in response to the M&S cake, not just any birthday cake. Yeah, absolutely right. Well done. And she has some of those felt kits. I have not seen them before.
So it's by a company called the House of Zandra.
All right.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
Yeah. Oh.
There we go. So that's the dragon.
Yeah.
Mine's just different colours.
Right.
And then you can see scrolling across the top there quite a lot of different ones.
Mm.
Love that monkey.
Yes. Yes, I love the set of colours next to that bear. Oh, look, cute. Oh.
Of those colours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right up my street, that.
Yeah, so I bought that from, got given that as a present. Oh, Linda has the same one. There we go. Yeah, that's the same one that I've got.
Oh, nice.
And then she got the cat with the fish as well.
Oh. Excuse me.
And the mouse.
Yeah.
I love the glasses on that mouse. Brilliant.
Yeah. That is very well designed.
Yeah.
In fact, they all are. Because
So
getting
yeah, that is on my list to do at some point.
because getting 3D shapes with character like that is quite difficult to do.
And then there's a book to go with them.
Oh, and that comes in with the packet, is it?
I think you can buy that separately.
Oh, right. All bought separately, Linda says. Oh, fair enough. Oh, good. Nightmare those dragons, not only fiddly but out of felt. Can't bear to touch it. I am not a fan of working with felt. If anybody has been following my Facebook, can attest. But at least the good quality felt does tend to hold itself together a bit better than the cheaper stuff. You know, the amount of times that you try and do a good firm blanket stitch and it ends up pulling straight out of the edges. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of working with felt. Sometime on some projects needs must. But the easiest way to do it is use the best quality felt you can, preferably wool felt rather than acrylic, because it tends to hold its shape a bit better.
It's amazing what you find when you open a drawer.
Oh yeah.
God. I've just found a Winnie the Pooh bead kit
Oh crikey.
that I brought from what was the fabric shop that closed?
Threads and patches.
That's it. That's where I got that from.
Oh right. Well, that's a raffle prize if ever I saw one.
The card.
Oh, I quite like that.
Do.
Yeah, that's cute.
Wow. Flipping heck. God. Shouldn't have opened that drawer.
Oh well, at least now you know.
Yeah. Well, I've just found the zips for the cushions, so I suppose that's a good thing.
Well, that's always a plus.
I have a hat to fix as well.
Oh, that's a two job.
This is my Christmas hat.
Yeah, that's the get that done. That's a 2-minute job. Then have something lying about.
Yeah, but I needed to re-sew the side up because my seam isn't great, and
Right.
whilst it starts to match at the top, by the time it gets to the bottom, it's a bit out of line.
Oh,
So that was a pull it apart and do it again job,
right.
which is why it hasn't been done.
Okay.
Now, dare I look in the bottom drawer? Card kits, templates. Oh my god.
Can't hear you, mate.
No, it's all right. I'm muttering to myself now. Don't worry. Muttering to myself. Don't worry. Right. So I think what we'll do on Monday is we'll do. Let's say we'll do 10 till 11.
Yeah.
And if there's enough to talk about or people want to stay on, then we'll see. And I'll see what time Mr. Grumpy gets up as well, because although he was up before we started this morning,
Yeah.
I've yet to hear him wandering around the house to say that he's ready to do anything. So we'll start at 10 on Monday and we'll play it by ear, see how it goes.
I think I can only reasonably tie up my entire downstairs for an hour.
Okay. Let's do that then. Let's say 10 till 11.
Yeah.
On Monday. So just while we've got a few minutes left, let us know what your plans are for the afternoon and tomorrow. I know Easter is going to be a bit weird this year, but do let us know what you're doing to celebrate, or whether you're just going to treat it like a normal weekend as we can't go out and do anything?
Well, Easter doesn't feature large in our calendar really anyway, apart from it being an extra couple of days off. So,
I think that's the same for most people.
Yeah, we got no big dinner planned or anything, so it'll be my usual case of fling open the fridge and do something with it. So
Brigitte says she's going to help Rod plant the sweet peas and some tomato plants.
nice.
Oh, Safia says we're having a Zoom Easter dinner with all the family. Oh, how lovely.
How great.
Oh, I do really hope that goes well for you and that you can get all your timings right so you're all sat at the same time. We're calling Gary's mum tomorrow. I think video calling Gary's mum tomorrow. To spend some time with her, so that'll be nice.
Yes, my mother has discovered video calling over Messenger.
I did a group WhatsApp call on Thursday, and that went reasonably well. Apart from we discovered that your camera doesn't auto-rotate, so when somebody needed to charge their phone, and they had to turn it upside down, so that because of the thing they were resting it on and plug it in the top, we all then had to turn our phones upside down as well, so it looked right.
Oh dear.
It was quite funny. Safia says her dinner will probably be chaos. I'm sure it'll be lovely, Safia. And if you're on Monday, you can tell us about it. If not, we'll ask you the next time we see you in the room.
Yeah.
So, folks, it is time to finish for today. It's been lovely to see you all. Very quickly, Dawn says, doing some baking, sleep, eat chocolate, play some games, potch about, try to convince my mother-in-law to do a Skype meetup with us and brother-in-law.
Brilliant.
Sounds very busy, Dawn. And I do hope you get the Skype done.
Yeah.
So we're going to say goodbye, everybody. Have a lovely weekend. Happy Easter. Yeah. And for those of you that do celebrate, I will mention you all in my prayers. And I hope you get lots of Easter eggs appear miraculously. If not, we'll send them virtually to you. Have a lovely weekend and see you on Monday.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.